Hello, my name is Tracy Held. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne in Australia. Thank you for joining me for today's video. And today we're going to be making this card. I've done it as a flap up card, just for something a little bit different. But our main focus is going to be on the designer series paper. Let's have a look at the products that I'm using. The paper I'm using from two different packs. So I'm going to, instead of the purple, I'm going to use the pale papaya, which is the back side of that sheet from the hand penned. And the black is from the pattern party, which is the hostess set of DSP. Lots of fun colored sheets in that one. And the back are all black and white. So that gives you lots of options. And then the stamp set, I'm using the hand penned petals, and we're going to use the penned flowers dies. I'm cutting out circles with my layering circles dies. The rectangles cut out with the stitched rectangles, and the colors that I'm going to be using are fresh freesia, pale papaya, and mint macaron, and some genial gems to add some bling at the end. We'll also need the double oval punch, and we're going to be using memento to stamp the black. Let's get started. Here are the measurements that you're going to need. I'm going to do my stamping first on my piece for the insert, and I've just got a scrap of paper that I'm going to stamp my flower on that we're going to cut out. I want to stamp that on a scrap piece of paper just in case I stamp off over the edge, which I could do. Now this is a relatively big stamp, so I'm going to apply the ink to the stamp rather than the stamp to the ink to give it better coverage, and maybe we'll keep it exactly on. So that's going into the corner of my insert, and I'm going to stamp another one that's going to go onto the front of the card. Now, one of the nice things about this stamp set is you've got all the pieces that you can color in your images with. So we're going to use that, the little flower, and the leaves to color in. Pale papaya. And don't worry if it's not an exact match. That's the way that the stamp is. It does fit, but it also doesn't fill completely, so you've got that floating look in the colors. And then fresh freesia to stamp the flower. I am going darker colors here than I did on that one because the DSP that I've used, the pale papaya, is lighter than that, so I want the image to stand up a bit more boldly against it. And then we've got mint macaron for our leaves. I'm going to use the smaller leaf for that one. See, that fits in there. And I'm also going to go with the smaller leaf in that little green bit under the flower. There we go. So as easily as that, that's our flowers colored in. And now I can run that through my cut and emboss machine to cut that out. That's all our stamping done. So now we can start assembling. I'll just fold my card base in half. My smaller piece of the designer series paper, I'm going to stick onto my stitched rectangle, roughly in the middle, and it's cut to size that it should be an exact fit. That can then get stuck onto my piece of black. And then my longer piece of DSP, I'm going to stick onto my white first layer. I'm sticking this a little bit more than halfway up, just dividing it into slightly uneven halves over there. And that can go onto the front of my card. While I'm sticking, let's just stick the insert in as well. This is going to stick on with dimensionals. The question is always, how many dimensionals do you use? How many is enough and how many is too much? I do like some in the middle just to give it a bit of support. When I'm sticking this down, I'm going to try and center it, but I want to get the black dotty DSP that it's lined up, that it almost looks like it's running across in one straight line. Then we can stick my white circle onto the black one, so we've got a very narrow border of the black over there. And my floral bit can go onto there. So just eyeballing it a little bit to see where we need glue. And let's get rid of that bit. I want glue kind of there. And then this can also go onto dimensionals to stick it onto the card. I'm putting them slightly over my circle so that I'm catching some of the pieces that are poking over on the flower as well. Now, instead of making this a thank you card, I'm going to do a birthday card. So that means that no, I didn't finish up all my stamping when I thought I had. I'm going to use this happy birthday sentiment from the Elegantly Said stamp set. I like the font of that, and the wording is good too. Wishing you a wonderful birthday. Oops. Stamp that onto a scrap of paper, and I'm going to cut it out with my oval punch. Yep, I'm going to go with the larger oval for the sentiment just because it is that little bit bigger. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue here because that's going onto my piece over there, and I'm going to put a dimensional on that end so that that's giving it the same height as we've got for the flower. There we go. There's our cards in the two different colors. Or the reverse side of the hand pen DSP will work really well for this card because they've got those more subtle backgrounds. I probably wouldn't use the front side for this. That floral is just probably not going to work. It's a bit too open with this. I hope that you've enjoyed these cards. Remember, the hand pen DSP is on special for another week or so. So if you haven't ordered it and you still want it, now's the time to order and get your 15% off. If you like my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll be notified next time I put up a new video. Enjoy your day and happy crafting. Bye for now.